We are, we are, we are, we are, we are, we are, we are Duel Legion.
Hey guys, it's Legend that Sick Boy. Legend the Sick Boy. Legend at Sick Boy, representing Duel Legion, coming at you with another deck profile video. And this week's video is ELEMENTSABER. You already know what it is. Can I get a drum roll, please? No, I'm just playing. Alright, so just to give a quick shout out like we normally do in here. He always shows me love, so I gotta shout out my boy at Vic down in the shop in 8th and Elizabeth Street in Chinatown. He always treats me good. He always shows me love, so I always like to show him some love in my videos. What's up, Vic? This one's for you. And always, guys, smash that like button. Drop kick that subscription button. If you want to do it right, ring the bell for the Legion if you want to do it one time for us. You know, it's all about love and support on the YouTube pages out here. It's hard, but I appreciate the guys that do watch. So, moving forward, if you guys also want to join the Legion, you guys can check out our description below to our Facebook page, and you guys can check it out for more pictures, more content, more comments, just more people on there just besides me, just besides Legend. There's way more people on the page, so you won't just be talking to me. So you get insight in a lot of things like I do when it comes to dueling and combo strategies and just what's going on in the Yugi world. So you guys can definitely check that out. But not to waste your time no more with the silly ad-libs, let's just get into it. Without further ado, ELEMENTSABER. So, just to start off with the monster, it's a 40 card build. I didn't put no traps in it because I made it an OTK style, so I'm just pretty much going to game you when I draw my card. So, to start off with it, you got to run 3 Machinas. Machiana, whatever you want to call her, Machiana, whatever the pronunciation is on her. You got to run 3 her. She's your main searcher. You dump 1 saber from your hand, bring 1 saber from your deck to the hand with her effect. And when all sabers have that general base effect on the bottom, once per turn you can change their attribute to any of the 6 attributes in the known Yu-Gi-Oh! To any one you want, and it applies for that 1 turn. Moving along, running 3 of also is Anna. She is your reborner of the game, of your ELEMENTSABER monsters. You therefore just drop ELEMENTSABER monster from your deck, from your hand, your deck from when you have the field card, and then you are allowed to special summon 1 ELEMENTSABER monster from your graveyard to the field. Cool. They also have a combo within themselves where you can just drop her, target her, bring her back, then activate her effect if you have more saber monsters in your hand or if you have the field card. Moving along, I only run 2 of them, still contemplation on running out to 1, but he is a great summon, and I don't want to see him all the time in my hand, but I do want to see him. So 2 for me is fine right now. It hasn't become problematic, so I'm not going to switch it up. But he's a great card because you can't special summon him from dropping 2 monsters from your hand. And he gets general effects if you drop a combination of monsters as in earth and wind, fire and water, and light and dark. In correlation to the monsters you dropped before him. Moving along, we rerun 1 of each of these sabers because they're not really, they don't really do anything in the game besides fill the fillers for having ELEMENTSABER monsters. That they do have good effects, but you don't want to always abuse them, or you don't want to run into them when they're not needed. So he's basically a Book of Moon, and your 19 hitter, of course. He stops spell and trap cards by dropping sabers, so he can only do that once per turn. Great card. She is basically your warrior returning alive. Drop a saber, bring back a saber from the graveyard to your hand. And he is pretty much generally how your freaking Dark Grapher is going to work, basically, of the deck. You drop an ELEMENTSABER to drop an ELEMENTSABER from the deck to the graveyard. So you just fill it up. Moving along, for the saber monsters, these are just the ELEMENTSABER monsters you run in the deck, I feel. Some people go 3 of 2 and 2 of 3, but I just stick it to that build because, 1, I wanted to have space, and then to fill in the FTK, or the OTK, I should say, you want to facilitate basically extenders. You don't want to stop. You just want to continue until you get your board. So I run 2 of the light elemental lord. Basically, he or it is your Regeki. When you have exactly 5 monsters, or light monsters, you can special summon it. And then once you do that, you can then blow up all the monsters on your opponent's side of the field. Great card, 28, especially when you have a full field. With the field card to bring them up, it pretty much spells game if your opponent didn't set back row. If they did set back row and you have enough sabers to do it, you can then change those sabers to wind, and then bring out your boy here. Great card because he is basically the Harpy Feather Duster. Them together basically blanks your opponent's field, and you are then to just to extenuate game. And you can bring them out easily to your hand with Machinana by dropping a Saber or using a field card to drop it from your deck and just bringing them out to your hand. And as finally for the last Elemental Lord, I run the Reborner one because as Soul Charge is out, so you want as enough extenders as you can to build your board, especially with a deck that is not pretty much proficient on building its own board with its own monster. So you want to have a bunch of actuators to initiate that for you. So that's definitely the way I went. Sorry if I'm adjusting the camera while I'm talking to you guys, but I just wanted to get it properly centered. Moving along for the non-Elemental Lord and Element Saber monsters, we run 3 Goblins, again just for the extenuation of the Field Flood, and then we do run ISO in this. ISO is very heavy in here. 3 Maraudons, and then 2 Junk Forwards just for the fit-in build, just so I could keep it at 24. I would run the 3rd one, but I didn't want to go that hard with it, so I just kept it at 2. It's great at 2, keeps it at 8, keeps it kind of balanced in the sense of how my draw ratios go. Moving along to the spell cards, like I said, 24 monsters, 16 spells, no traps, so it's pretty much general spec. Palace, their field card, great. It's a great card. One, they get a 200 boost for every attribute in the graveyard, and so you can get up to a 1200 boost for all your monsters on the field. Then you can search for Elemental Saber monsters from your deck to your hand once per turn by just sacrificing your next battle phase. So therefore you want to attack next turn. You can still attack this turn, but you can't attack next turn. So your point is to game them this turn. So I say it's an OTK deck. It's just meant to game them. And then the third effect, you can then situate monsters for Element Saber monsters, like monsters effect. Instead of dropping them from your hand, you can drop them from the graveyard instead. So that in there in itself is just broken because it's also a searcher. So you could just get that and Machinana out and just start wilding out. And then 1 terraforming. This ratio for me proved really, really good, especially in this deck. Not in decks like, that use Invoker, Magical Meltdown, or like Trickstar's Light Stage. It's not that kind of field card. It is general spec. You want the card on the field to do what it wants to do, but you really don't need the card on the you want it there and it's gonna stay there. But in the instance of you just I'm gonna reactivate and reactivate, it doesn't have that reactivate effect. So if to avoid having the 3rd field card or the 2nd terraforming becoming bricks in the deck and just becoming dead draws when I don't need them, I just lowered it down to 2 and 1. That's pretty much the ratio. I did it just for the draw ability in the deck, ratio wise, because 3 golden bamboo sword. Like I said, ISO is really, really prevalent and relevant in this deck. So you run the whole golden bamboo setup. 3 cursed, and for the tricky equips, we do 1 autonomous, 1 DDR, and 1 Phoenix Blade. Reason being, there's a combo with DDR and Phoenix Blade and Sea Dragon that you can just basically plus off immensely and build your board. Autonomous is another extender to build board by taking your opponent's monster, and I only had to really go this route because of Soul Charge being knocked out. I had to figure out ways to extend my board relatively easy and flow very well with the deck. For the tech part of this, that I don't really see a lot of people run, but it's a great card, I run 1 Armory. Armory is great for me in a sense. It also sends a card from the top of my deck to the graveyard, so it could be an Element Saber monster, which I could change the attribute and do some other stuff with. Then brings the equip card to my hand, so I could, if I have, i.e., Golden Bamboo Sword and Armory, I can actually do something. And in the sense of, I could Armory, bring Curse, get that extra drop off, equip Curse to your monster, Bamboo, Golden Bamboo, and just keep going from there. Or if I have Junk Forward, I could equip the special summon, because this doesn't allow you to normal summon or set. You can just special summon, equip the Curse to this, and just keep rocking off of that. Great card combo, I say. So I just run the 1 as tech. It's nothing big over there. 1 Rhoda, of course, for search. 1 Monster Born, of course, to extend your field and take your opponent's monster. Just an all-around extender. And then 1 World Legacy Session. Trying to get my hands on the 2nd one. Got the 1. Gonna get me the 2nd one. Simple as that. But for right now, and space value wise, one was actually very great in this deck. So moving along to the extra deck. Like I said, guys, I had this deck for a while. Like when it first came out, I think last year, a year and a half ago. I just really, like, at the time, there was Goki's going around. I was doing my Trickstar deck. So much things going around. So I was like, I put that in the corner real quick. Now I'm like, wait, I got tired of my Samurais. I got tired of a few other Warrior decks. So I was like, let me try this one out. And I got a couple OTKs. Got a lot of good couple OTKs. So it was fun. So like I said, ISO runs very real in this deck. So I like to run 3 of them since he's not limited yet. Or banned. Obviously reasons why you guys see it. The whole Gold to Bamboo Sword, he's a great extender. As well as 2 sorceresses. I'm trying to get a 3rd one just to have this. She's not limited or restricted yet, so I'm just going to beast mode with her. Same thing with Skuldred. Run 2 of them. I'm going to get a 3rd one just to beast mode with him. Phoenix just for back row, just to clear it out. And then Boar Lord Dragon just to kill him. For the Exceeds, I run 145. Why? Because he does allow me to take effects from monsters or cards on the field, so it helps me if like I do get in a, like if I don't kill them that first turn and now I actually have to duel them, it helps me stop whatever they're gonna do to me. So, and then in that essence as well, run my furry guy here, love him. Bisweller just to stop their graveyard. Tornado Dragon again just to stop their back row. Sea Dragon, like I said, the combo with DDR. Divine Sword, Phoenix Blade, great combo with them to fill your board. And then literally just 1 for him, because you always get into the odd moments of you don't have any Warrior Exceeds. So when you're gonna get into the moments of Sorceress and him, you're gonna get into more. I was running King Arthur, but I was like, King Arthur kind of stupid. Like I love King Arthur back in the Exceed modes, but he's kind of stupid now. But that's my video, guys. Like, subscribe. You guys already know. Support the Legion by ringing the bell. Ring that bell for the good time. Always check out the description below. Hit the Facebook up. You know it's Legend That Sick Boy. And we are Duel Legion. And next video is Crusadias. And I'm gonna do a mashup video with vampires. Haha, tricked y'all.